Morning, just a tiny intro to the job. This is loft conversion electrics. Shout out to Sam. I used to go to school with Sam's brother, Ben. Sam then contacted my cousin contacted me, and then me and Sam are in chats. Sam's running the job, and I'm doing the electrics. So we're going to have a look. I've been to have another look. I went to have another look the other day. It wasn't ready, so we're back today. Apparently it's ready. So we're going to get some, I think we've got some smokes, some power lighting and a hob and stuff to wire. So we're going to get on with that today. And hopefully this will spill into tomorrow, and hopefully Andy's going to give us a day tomorrow. So we shall see. Right, here we go. Loft conversion. Plumber's been in. He's left floors up, which is helpful, to be honest. James is here. James is on it. Right. I'll just run through quickly what there's to do. So there's a spider's nest of cables. I think there's a good feed coming up here, so we'll reuse that. There's a couple of spots in here. I've just spoke to the boss, and we're hopefully going to put a vented tile in there with an extractor fan, light switch, fan isolator. This is a bedroom, so socket either side the bed. We're going to reuse an old ring, hopefully. We know what our week's gone like this week, so hopefully we can reuse this old ring, do something with that. We're going to test it first. We're going to get all these lights stripped out, and then there's some spots, a couple, I think there's, what is there? There's 7 spots, 2 in there. So yeah, it's not too bad. There's going to be, we've got to get an external Cat6 cable out that ward down and then into the router, and some smokes wired. So yeah, excited, James?
Yeah, can't wait.
Right, update, James. He kindly stripped all the lights out for me, which is very helpful. I've now left with a weird 2-way over there that goes downstairs, which they need to keep because it does a light there, which I'm not getting involved in, but I'll have to bring it into that wall. Okay. We've got a switch here that was under the floor, which was like a kill switch for the whole loft, so they brought it in here. So I need to disconnect that. It came up here through a junction box up there, all the way up there, and fed these lights to another junction box, which is I've stripped out now. So I'm going to disconnect that, refeed that. Hopefully it's long enough to come up here, up, and then we got a switch here for the ensuite, so that can go there hopefully, and then feed straight in. Then we can come out the top over. We got a light switch to go over there for the bedroom lights, and then there's a 2-way from there to the bedroom lights, whichever side they want it. They haven't decided yet, I don't think. So yeah, there's a bit 2-way to do. Obviously got to get a smoke alarm out there, cable down through this floor. Hopefully Andy's here tomorrow so he can give us a hand and we crack this one out. Me and James should be able to crack the loft out today, and then tomorrow we got a hob and some smokes to wire, so it shouldn't be too bad, to be fair. Yeah, nice job. Right, we've just done some testing on this existing lighting feed. Tests out absolutely perfect. It's already on an RCBO, which is fantastic. Earth loop was great, 0.46. So he's going to come up to the first switch, will be here, ensuite. This will have a fan and a dimmer. He'll then come out of there, he'll run over to the bedroom switch, which is going to be on that nib there, and then I've just literally got to get a 3-core in over to the bed, and then we're just going to put some switch wires in for some spots, 7 spots, 2 spots in there, and a fan 3-core up to a fan isolator. Yeah, it's not too bad. And then a permanent feed, sorry, I forgot, but what I'll do is I'll put it in here as a separate, so it'll go over to the mirror, so it can be disconnected. And these always want 1 cable. Don't wire to there and then on from there, because they're a bloody nightmare. So just put 1 cable from your feed to there. And then if he wants a switch feed, he can have a switch feed. If it needs a permanent feed, you can just connect him onto the permanent side. Right. There is progress. I've got loop feed here, feed from the switch from over there. Looks busy, but there is a fan isolator there as well. We're just putting in some feeds, some switch feeds for the lights. So we've got a spot going over this door area, 1 here, and luckily we got this batten. Look, nice gap. So I haven't got to drill any of these structural timbers. I can go straight over the top. Look, straight over. And luckily they've already done their screwing. Look, so there's going to be no chance of them hitting any cables. He loops over to there, and then we've got our last spot, which is pretty much on that name there. So that'll be the last spot, and then all we'll do, we'll loop over, and then we got 4 along the back. That's where the bed's going to go, but we're going to keep them away from the bed because they're always a bit naff when they're right above the bed. They're just a bit naff, but we'll have a dimmer on these as well. So Right, a little update. All the lights are wired, en-suite's wired. We've just got to get a 3-core from here over to, they're going to have a light switch at the side of the bed, either side, so 2-way and intermediate, so it's just 2 3-cores basically. So that's 900, you can see me little lasers on there. That's giving me my 900 for bottom switch, because you can imagine a bedside cabinet here. They want the light switch above the cabinet, and then they're going to have a double socket behind the bedside cabinet here. So I'm going to put a couple of timbers in. James has gone to the van again, ledge, to go and get the saw. So 900, that's bottom switch. That'll give me my 900 over here, which is edge of bed. Edge of bed's there. So 900 is going to be here. So I've told them we're going to put the socket right on this edge. So we'll put the switch up here. So that's 900. That gives me bottom of switch. 900. Okay. And then in a minute we're going to prove this existing ring. There's random points popping out all over the place. So we'll have to pull some of those out and sort those out. And we've also got to do an external Cat6 cable, but we'll do that tomorrow with Andy Hayes. Top man. So, fresh coffee. Thank you very much, Nick. We've got our 2-way and intermediate. So this is either side of the bed. We're going to have a double socket in line, so it looks nice, there somewhere. So we've got 3-core coming from the bedroom switch, which is over here. 3-core and earth comes over to here. That'll be our intermediate switch. And we'll have a 2-way over here. So a bit of 2-way intermediate on here, all in the zones, okay? Got the laser up to keep him in the zones. Look. We're now going to get on with sockets, because lighting is actually wired. It's good, isn't it, James?
It's very good.
Very good, mate. Very good. James has just kindly brought me my lunch, so I found my seat. Look, perfect. Ah, that's nice. Yeah, I can imagine this being an ensuite. Very nice. Hopefully you'll see the second fix when we come back. Where is he? James, I'm on the toilet. Where are you going to sit? So we split the existing ring here. We're just going to do a test now to make sure we got a continuous loop of cable, okay? If it's anything like this week, this is going to be a break in this ring. Oh, it's fairly big, so that I'm expecting that it does a bit of downstairs and then comes up and then does up here as well. Yep, great. 9.2, 9.1. So this is a 2.5 with a 1.5 earth. So we can do the calculation. It looks about right. So yeah, I'm happy that that is a continuous loop of cable and we can reuse that for this loft power, okay? So we've tested out this power socket circuit. That will get a maintenance-free joint extended out. That's a new end of the ring. Double socket, okay? Hoover socket. Door swinging that way, no sockets there. We have 2 doubles and a Cat6 external down to the router there. So we'll split this one here. This we'll wire between, do a socket for the bed, split it again, do a socket for the bed. That one will get lost, extended behind, and then want a double socket over here. That I've managed to pull a leg back from there. It's long enough. Comes up there with a new leg, pulled a loop there, and then that socket there will get connected on a surface box mounted in there, and they can have power in there if they want, because we've got to do 2 lights in there. So yeah, the socket circuit's worked out ideal up here. Do you like the t-shirt? This is not a drill. I have to wear that for James, just in case. When I say, give me the hammer, he passes me the drill. I'm joking. So, little update. Everything is wired. We've got to do an external Cat6 tomorrow. Smoke alarms and a hob out in the corridor and downstairs, all linked. We'll do that tomorrow. Andy's here. And as you can see, all the power's wired now in the zones, runs along behind the bed. So what we got to do is now put Wagos on the end of these, because I did a test and I found out that it goes downstairs and it also does like their hub and a couple of sockets downstairs. So we got to get this back on tonight So all I'm doing is going to Wago these off here. I've just spoken to Sam, the boss. He's plasterboarding, so he's perfectly competent. They'll be tucked in the box, nice and safe, with the Wagos on the end. So, and I've also left him a socket in there so he can use his hoover and stuff up here. So we're going to get on with that, and we'll probably see you tomorrow. So we're back, and it isn't the next day, so I'm back. So I've Wagoed up all the sockets, okay? And when we did a test, I can't remember. I'll put the readings on the screen here. I'll look back through the video. I can't remember what they were. But obviously we've extended this ring slightly, so we're just going to retest here before we energise for the client to have their stuff on downstairs. We're going to see what we've got back here. And James has done an absolute marvellous job tidying up. Thanks, James. That's right. Good job, good job. So we're going to test this now. That's it, mate. Brown and the green. So I've got OCD. I can't use the wrong coloured lead. And then the two Crocs. Lovey jubby. Right, if you put them together, I'll give them a little. I'll give them a test. K-Swiss. K-Swiss. Oh, someone mocked me for wearing K-Swiss. Yeah. So I don't know what that was all about. Okay, I'll just null him. So continuity, no. Nulled. Right, if you go between the lives, R1, I think it was 9 something before. So 1.04, so we got a ring, it's increased it slightly, but it's fine. So go on the neutrals, it should be roughly the same. We have got rid of some dodgy sockets in that now, so I'd hope it would be bang on now. 1.03, perfect, and then the CPCs. Yeah, fine, right. A little bit high, but we will come out and retest anyway when we're done. So we're going to put these in the Wagos, put them in the box, and then energise. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
There you do it. So you click it on there like that. Get them like that. And then so they see the cables here. I've gone about blue and white, and white and blue. So you obviously look. The white and the blue and white is the big one, and the white and blue has got a majority of white over blue. See, you see it? Yeah. A little tiny bit of blue, so you just bang them off. So I get those ones first in, like that. So it clips it.
I told you Andy would make an appearance. Look, he's teaching James how to make off RJ45s. Good lad. Right, while Andy's talking to James, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm getting a 3-core link in. This is getting boxed in, customer. So we're putting a 10mm in for the new hob. It's coming up. Board's just below here. You can tell with this rat's nest. It's coming up into the loft and then over into another little loft and then down in the airing cupboard to the hob. So that's the route. I'm putting a feed in, 3-core link, 3-core nerf up to the next smoke alarm, and I'll put a new feed in. Smoke alarm for the ground floor is going to be there. Back in action. So we got the little glowworm, superb. James is going to give that a little pull in a second. I found this bloke sleeping up here. He's giving me a hand. What's that, Andy? What are you doing with that? Going up there, are you? I was going to come up here. Within 300 of that. All right, I'll go with that if you want. I only drilled little holes, you see, and it's right into the box. Don't take it. Come over here. Pull it out. Don't go through there.
Huh?
What are you doing?
I've got a box.
We'll do it over here. No, I'm just going to drill them now.
All right, we'll do that.
Yeah, pull that out. Tie it on for James. He's going to pull that on.
Yes. I was going to get it down to his
Yeah.
Put the camera down and go and get the house.
No, yeah. Are you pulling me lighting cables out?
No.
Well done, mate. I know you are. You're good. Yeah. James is just waiting for that to come down with that other cable. We're drilling here, mate. We're drilling here within 300, and then we're up into that one in there, down the wall into the extension.
You putting your arm down that?
Yeah, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. That's why you're here, mate.
I did that.
Good boy. So I'm in the second loft. That's the loft conversion. This is a back extension. That's through there. Andy and James are doing bits in there. This is the new hob cable. He comes through the floor. This is where the plumber's brought his bits into the ensuite. So we're coming underneath. I'm going to clip him all the way along. So he's free aired. Then he drops down in an airing cupboard, and then we're going to put a switch or something in there for future proof, because they need a new hob wiring in. So I put 10mm in because I can. I don't faff with 6mm anymore. So this is a big house, so they probably put a big range master thing in. So best to have the 10mm, put it on a 40 then. So they're going to give me a shout in a minute. I'm going to pull the rest through and drop him down in the cupboard. Oh, there we go. They're just getting the fire alarm link through. We've got to get a fire alarm in this room below here as well. So they're doing that. What, the 10mm? Right, hold on. Oh, bloody hell. Hey. Oh. Much more? You got the 3-core yet? Have you got the 3-core yet? Have you got the 3-core? And how much 10mm? Is the 10mm done? Okay, I've got enough to get down into the cupboard and then probably in the floor, which is fine. Right, got me hob cable clipped up. It's free head, he's clipped. I'm just getting Andy to make me a hole into this airing cupboard. There's the water pipe, so it should come up here somewhere. So mate, that's the water pipe. Andy, in the airing cupboard. Andy, no, just in the airing cupboard. There's a water pipe. Come closer to the wall, and I'll poke him down. Poke a hole, yeah, please. Hopefully it's going to come out there somewhere. I think this was. So you got that water pipe? Yeah. There is a timber there, Andy. That's it. Perfect. Right, I'll poke him down. So this is our fire alarm link. I'm running it next to the hob cable, hob/oven cable that I've just put in. So we've got, in the office down there, we've got a void greater than 300. So we need to put a head into this void. Well, we'll show you in a minute, but what I'm doing is clipping along, down and under. Luckily these floorboards push that way, so he's going to come along down there and under and then here, but that's quite nice. Can you see that, James? There's old VIR cables wired in conduit. Right, here's our hob cable. Comes down in the airing cupboard up there. I'm going to clip him inside. And then below here we got the kitchen, so not actually entirely sure what we're doing with this yet, so this will just be left coiled up. I'll come back at a later date and do that. We've got our fire alarm cable in, end of line. Do you think that's long enough, James?
A little bit.
We could screw him to the floor there, couldn't we? And then he could just like hang stuff on this, like Christmas cards and stuff. 300 off the light there. So I've done my ACO expert training thing, which is quite good. And then you can do like a design. So I've gone for the optical multis with heat. So one downstairs, one in here. There's that void I told you about. So over 300 or something like that, you've got to have another head. Got one on that floor, one in the loft. And is doing his floor laying skills. See if he's happy. Happy?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. So there's our fire alarm link into the loft area. What I'll do is I'll put a little screenshot on here for you, and you can see the little ACO design that I've done, and with the specific heads that I've bought. I think they're like 65 quid each, plus VAT, which is fine. So I've got 4 of those heads coming. Optical heat multis, okay. And he's kindly done my Cat6 external. He comes into this box. He's going to sit in there. He's made the end off for me. He goes out through the wall there, and then he goes external down along back into the router, and we're going to patch a box on and then put a patch lead in there for him so we can have the internet up here, wired internet. Okay. So this is getting boxed, so for now we're just putting some, because it's quite a big shower cable, we're going to put some D-lines. D-lines, everyone asked about these D-line fire clips. They are about 20 odd quid for 50, I think. Just like that. He's going up there. The beauty of this job is we've got a scaffold, so that's in the bedroom. That's the Cat6 that comes out. So we're getting rid of this aerial cable. Just going to snip him off. Lose that down there. And I'm going to now clip this. Andy's down somewhere. Andy's down there. I'm going to clip this down, and then we're going to, I'll have to make that good. He's blown out a little bit, but it's right up in the top. So I'll clip him down. I've got the black clips with the little yellow wall plugs that you can knock in. Right, let's see if Andy's any good. Yep, good man. That's done, that's ready then for a second fix. There we go, that is warm now. Right, we're done on this one until we come back for second fix. Smoke alarm's wired, the hob's wired. They're not doing the hob until next year, I think, but it's in the cupboard. There goes Andy. He's been sound today. We got the Cat6 done, tested out. It's all first fix, so we're ready to go. So thanks for joining us again. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.